Hello, everybody. Welcome back to A Reason to Talk. I am Alci. That is Max. Say hi, Max.
Hello.
Hello. It's been, wow. Hi. Hi, everyone.
You may notice that there was a delay with our last upload.
You know, maybe we just didn't even have to mention it.
You may notice that.
Yeah.
I certainly did.
So we were getting our schedule more together. That's what we were doing.
We were doing that. Yes, we. You and I.
I think we need to congratulate ourselves for having 16 episodes in a row once a week, along with a bunch of Patreon content. I mean,
I just want to check something real quick.
What are you checking, Max?
So, in the past, say, wow, it's still scrolling. Still says 3 days.
Yeah.
You have about 50 different activities on Letterboxd.
No, okay, you have to look in the actual like movie section because activities is just like liking stuff. That's not accurate. That misrepresents the amount of time that I've spent on there. Okay. Okay, buddy.
Okay, fine. I'll sort by.
So listen, we recorded like basically one day before the episode was supposed to go out, and of course I didn't get it done in time. So we just decided to push back a week, and now we're ahead. Now we're recording a week ahead, and episodes are going to be very consistent now. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's 9 before you hit the Wallace and the Grommets. 9 movies. It's been like 6 days.
I'm a film major. My God, Max. I've watched more movies this semester than I have last semester.
How many have you made? By the way, it's February. You got back to school the 21st.
Yeah, no,
or maybe the 13th.
Because, so I've done this brilliant thing on weekdays. I've substituted socializing with people, with watching
or working
movies.
on the podcast.
Well, no, I've also substituted that with working. I've made
or working on blood pools.
No, I've actually been working on that too. I told you about that. And I've also been filming other stuff with friends because filming stuff is fun.
Ah, fuck's sake.
What was that, Max? Audio listeners, Max's drink just exploded all over him.
Fucking damn it.
Do you need a second, Max? Are you
I'll
okay?
just sit here in the wet.
Okay.
Unless you want to pause, I can sit here in the wet.
Well, we could pause.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause then.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Sorry
Welcome back.
For the little break there.
This is what I get for being an atheist.
Yeah. I love it when he does that.
Don't quote Fleabag on me.
You've seen Fleabag?
No, I've seen clips. I'm adding it to my watch list. My watch list is huge now.
I watched it in literally one sitting. It's 30-minute, 6 episodes of season 2 seasons. It's really, really, really good. And really quick watch.
6 hours of time. What'd you do?
No, I'm just saying, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What are our things today? Oh, okay. One of my first topics. This is just something I've noticed. So, last time we were talking about a girl on Hinge who made quite a big advance on me, and you said I was fishing for it, which I legitimately don't believe that I was, but now I'm going to talk about this. Apparently, I accidentally flirt quite often, apparently.
Oh my fucking God. It's an accident. I just have a flirty personality.
No, I don't think I have a flirty personality.
Bro, I'm going to message you who exactly you sound like right now.
I legitimately don't believe it. But
that's you. That's you.
But no, okay, so
that is you.
Is it?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
So let me tell my story. Okay, so apparently there's somebody at the school who was like, who I was kind of friends with like early in the first semester, and then kind of slowly drifted away from me because she thought the second that she broke up with her boyfriend that she had at the time, I was going to try to swoop in because of my demeanor, which is not the case. Even if I was interested, that's a bad idea. Never swoop in right after a girl gets up, because she's just going to be thinking about her boyfriend.
No, dude, that's how you lock her down without any of the commitment. So you could easily kind of hook up with her, but without having to do any of the extra stuff.
No, but seriously, and then I asked somebody else, and he was drunk, so I know he was being honest with me. And then I was like, so apparently she thought I was into her. And then he was like, oh, we all did. And I'm like, really? Oh, well, I must have been acting in a weird. But he was like,
Do I know this person?
Well, I said he was drunk, so I'm just not gonna say his name because he's underage.
No, do I know any of these people?
Well, the person who I'm talking to in this story, yeah. But
Okay.
you know them by reputation. I don't think you've ever spoken to them. They're not in the
It's
Patreon.
the wizard. It's the wizard.
Yeah. No, and then he's like, but we also thought you were doing it with this girl and that girl. And I'm like, oh, then you guys are just dumb. Or I
don't think it's that, bud.
because I'm a friendly guy. I don't know what it is. What am I doing wrong? I don't want to make people uncomfortable or lead them on. So apparently I'm bad at this.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't. I thought you were so hyper aware of this.
No. I can intentionally like flirt in that way, but I don't do it unless I'm like 100% sure it's going to be reciprocated, because that's how you get harassment charges. And
Been there.
well, I haven't.
No,
but-
not. No. No.
So yeah, apparently
No.
I accidentally flirt with people or appear to have interest in people that I don't. Or well, like then the girl with Hinge, I was interested, but I didn't. I 100% thought it was an innocent conversation where I was being flirty, sure, but didn't think it would be taken to that length so quickly. And I think she did play a lot of a part in that. But yeah,
Bruh, you were absolutely fishing.
what does that even mean? We were literally we were talking about literally special skills. She was talking about how she's in beauty school and cutting people's
Okay,
hair. I
you
was
may
talking
not-
about how, I used to box. How about you? Blam. So like how? Okay.
You may not know this.
Yeah.
What are your special skills is a like porn trope.
Okay. You watch a lot more porn than I do.
That's
That's what you just
probably
said.
true.
Yeah, that's what you just said
But-
to my face.
Or I'm not a fucking dunce. Okay, have you comprehended that? Okay,
But
that is a non-example example. That isn't what people are talking about, by the way, when they say you have that you come off flirtatious.
well, then what is it? Are you saying like me specifically, or like generally what people?
You
mean?
specifically.
Okay. How do I come off flirtatious?
Let me explain that. Let me break it down for you.
Okay. Like, have you witnessed this?
It's your demeanor.
No shit. But like, what about my demeanor?
You asked if I've witnessed this. I'm explaining that
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
Go on.
your it's and I do a similar thing. It's your smile after you make a joke or comment and kind of like this kind of smirk and that kind of attitude that comes across as flirtatious, because most people aren't funny and they're not making jokes.
So you're saying I'm just better than everyone else?
You're more interesting than most people. For better or for worse, I would argue for worse.
Oh, and it looks like. So you're trying. So you're saying it looks like I'm trying to put like my funniness and best self forward in the pursuit of romance.
Little
Is that
bit.
what you're saying?
And it's a light kind of attitude. It's a flirtatious attitude. Do you remember how I was with ex-girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
Actually, that's maybe a bad metric. Do you remember the night I met ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you remember my attitude?
Yeah, but like I feel like I'm a little different when I'm talking. Actually, no, my most successful flirting outings have been when I'm just treating them like a friend. So, yeah. So never mind.
Fucking told you.
Hey, maybe that's why I am notoriously much better at like being a romantic partner than I am with being like a friend with most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also maybe an example of how you've never done any self-reflection in any
No,
capacity
I've
ever.
done a lot of self-reflection. It's just, it's hard to see yourself from an external point of view sometimes.
Sure.
And
That's
also,
what self-reflection, that's the goal of it.
And also, maybe I'm like playing up my confusion a little bit for the purpose of podcast entertainment. And
That can't possibly be true.
Your
A,
condescension.
that can't possibly be true. A, and B, calling it out makes for worse podcast material. So shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm just
Quiet.
saying, like keep the condescension to a minimum. I'm not trying to be the dumb one.
What's wrong with condensation? I like it when water forms, etc.
Okay, so in other words, I just have a lot of game, I guess.
Or you're a dipshit. I like both options.
Hey, a lot of the guys who have a lot of game
I have a
dipshits.
tangent on this, by the way.
Yeah.
On you having too much game and not realizing it.
I don't actually think that, but okay. Let's
There was someone in my physics class who I was friendly with, and she was in my group, and she was regularly. She's very pretty.
Is this the one who
And-
somehow laughed at your jokes?
Shut up!
No,
shut up!
that's the words
she
you
would
put
laugh at
last
my
episode.
jokes.
Last episode,
Yes, she would laugh at my jokes. Whatever. I sent this person an email. I said, "Hi, we have a quiz coming up. We should study together. I think it'd be helpful. If you don't want to, all good. No hard feelings. Let me know." I have been ghosted by this person. I emailed them. them.
Yeah.
It wasn't through
Have you talked to them in person?
No, I haven't seen them. I emailed them and no, because confrontationally in person it is
Confrontationally.
well, no, it's more tantamount to a power dynamic. It is. It
Okay.
objectively is. Objectively. And so it's more genuine and much more.
But politely asking, like, hey, would you want to study together? It's
It's kind of an awkward thing to ask someone that in a public environment, because there is
Okay.
public pressure to say yes, and if they say no, they have to have a reason. These are dynamics. These are
okay.
people stuff.
Yeah.
It has since been, I believe, over a week. I have been very much so ghosted.
Or she just is somebody who doesn't really check her emails well.
Georgetown students check their email a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, I don't know where I was going with this. This is more of a complaint to people who don't respond to emails.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, I'm busy.
Tell Jake I said hi.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell him that you hate him.
Okay.
Anyways, you want to lead off with one of your topics?
Well, I did, but I can go.
Oh, is that one of your topics?
Yeah, I have another really quick one though. Okay, so at the dining hall that I go to, there's one of the very consistent things. It's not very good, but it's consistent. They have pizza, So I'll get that
It's a college, yes.
pretty often, yeah. And so there's this one guy who very often works behind the pizza counter, right? And pretty much every single time I go up to him, and there's less than like half of the amount of slices left of a pizza on a plate, he's like, "Hey man, just take them all, please, just take them all," because it's easier for him to just put a new pizza in place of it, and he's really into that. The other day, I go there, I see there's less than half, I see he's working, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take them all, right? And then he walks around, he looks at me, he looks down, he goes, "Oh, so you just want all the pizza, don't you?" What the fuck do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Have you never met anyone who has worked a service job ever, or worked a service job yourself ever? I'm in an angry mood. Have you never done that?
What does he want from me, Max?
He wants to be able to say, "Hey man, take them all," and you say, "Oh, thank you very much."
Yeah.
That's what he wants. He wants that interaction. He doesn't give a shit about the amount of pizza that you take, Alci. He wants to be able to offer it to you.
It's not offering. He's like order. It's done. It's done. He's like he's one of those people with like an angry demeanor, and he's like, "Hey man, take them all." It's an order. It's not an offer.
That he wants to have the option to do that.
Yeah.
What is confusing about this? Okay.
No. But then. So you just gonna take all the pizza, huh? What the?
And what you do in that situation is you say, "Yup," and then you lick them so that no one else can have them.
No, it's already on my plate. I said, yeah, I guess. And I just walked away. But in my mind, I was just like, what the hell does this guy want from me?
You, my friend, are very disconnected. Last time I talked about the video game Wolfenstein.
Okay, every single other person I've told that story to was like, yeah, that's crazy.
That's not crazy. That's so normal.
No, they think it's funny.
Oh my lord, that's
it's
so
funny.
normal.
It's fucking funny. It's like a Seinfeld plot because it's about nothing. Jesus Christ, dude, you don't know comedy.
You're
You don't
dumb,
know
you're
anything.
stupid, and you should quit podcasting. Anyways, more importantly, I talked about Wolfenstein last time.
Yes, you
video
did.
game.
Yes, you did.
I was loving Wolfenstein. I was having a ton of fun.
Until
I was kind of confused on something, and so I was like, okay, how many chapters are in this game? Oh, okay, 16. What am I on? 13. Oh, cool.
Okay.
The game is 12 hours long.
And
That is nothing. That
It's
is
not.
nothing
Yeah, you're right.
for a $20 game that came out in 2009. I got it on sale. It is normally a $40 game that came out in 2009.
Yikes.
11 hours of content.
Is it one of those games that's meant to be kind of like replayed like Doom?
It's very similar to Doom.
Mm.
It's Doom, but you're killing Nazis, which I like. I like
Yeah.
that part. It's just, man, the main female character, you have sex with her 20
I
minutes
remember
into
that.
knowing her.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
it's just like,
Well, technically, like within the game of the story, you've like known her for years, right? But except you're like
no,
but like you're not
You've-
there. You're like mentally
You've seen
checked
her.
out.
She's.
Yeah.
It's like
No, no.
it's like
you've been
yeah,
you've
know
been
a
in your life.
doorway.
No, I know. Like I thought it was like a little weird that you'd be into it because like hypothetically, she's kind of been like cleaning up your poop platter for the past 3 years or something, right?
Yeah, someone who has been hand wiping your rectum
Exactly.
for a long time. That's an interesting dynamic. Anyways, good game. I'm gonna move my microphone away from me. Wish it
not-
was.
Yeah. Wish there was more
Wish-
content.
Wish it was longer.
But in a way, that's also kind of a compliment to the game. You want more.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, it's so that's kind of my biggest issue with Cyberpunk as well. I love Cyberpunk. I have 100% of the game, and then I've nearly 100%ed it twice on New Game Plus, because I had a lot of free time,
Yeah.
and it's really fun. And there's a certain build I love where I effectively just gave my guy a ton of mobility and the ability to one-shot headshot people with throwing knives, and so I just teleport around the map and throwing knife people in the skull, and it's awesome. Very, very ninja, whatever. It's just not very long. I mean, that was my issue with the Spider-Man game too, and I'm someone who was used to
Spider-Man 2 or the first Spider-Man?
first one. Spider-Man 2 is
Spider-Man-
also much longer.
No,
much
Spider-Man
shorter
2
than-
was much shorter than the first one.
I believe that
At
was
least to
9
my
hours.
Recollection.
I believe that was 9 hours, which is crazy. That is like so short from a AAA game development. And I think there's a medium that you can hit where you make it a long, engaging game, like Red Dead. Red Dead is
Yeah.
a fucking huge game, and it's engaging. Or
But
Elden
they
Ring.
spent 5 years on it.
Yeah, they spent 5 years on it. They spent fucking a long ass time on Wolfenstein. They spent a long ass time on a lot of this stuff. I also I have picked up. I don't know if I want to get to this topic yet. Actually, fuck it, I will. I started playing because I ran out of Wolfenstein. I started playing Destiny with my brother again. Actually, I've been playing it with them.
Yeah.
I don't actually love Destiny. I tolerate Destiny. I like spending time with my brother. There is a
Which
boss
brother
fight
again,
in it.
Jake?
Jake. That is the most dumb fucking bullshit
I think
known
you talked
to
about this
man.
last episode.
No, this is a different one. It literally takes 8 hours. There's no checkpoints, no saving.
Yeah.
It is fucking impossible, and you have to do it again on a harder version. There's just random shit in it that just isn't fair. Like, all right, if one of you dies, if you're in a certain room, game over. You have to restart from the very
Are you
base
able to
of the
like
room.
revive each other?
Sometimes you get one revive. Sometimes,
Okay.
if you don't revive someone, they have 1 minute before the game shuts down.
Okay.
Like, literally, it is fucking insane bullshit. We were playing it today.
What I'm kind of asking, if one of you dies, does it stop the other one from completing the objective?
Oh, often, yes. It stops you from getting to the checkpoint. If you leave the mission, it completely wipes all of your progress. And so today, we were 4 hours into it. Then there was a little bit of wind. and then hail, and then thunder, and then rain, all within 11 minutes of each other. Then it went back to being sunny. Then there was wind, knocked out the power for a second, restarted our Wi-Fi and my computer and his computer, completely wiped the whole mission.
God.
Whole thing gone. Whole thing. And that's another 4 hours.
I'm
gone.
so sorry.
4 hours of my life completely just, whoops, into the ether.
Hey, Max, I love it when he does that.
Well, my brother's
atheist.
Jewish, so this is on him. I went to Shabbat
so both of you
on Friday.
both of you are wrong in your own ways.
Jewish? Hey, you know our most famous Jew?
Anyone?
He's also yours, dipshit.
Yeah, and he came down and he was like, "You guys are like really messing this stuff up."
That's not. He was saying that to the other people.
No, he was saying that.
No, he died a Jew.
Yeah, promoting different ideals than the Jewish people had been promoting.
It's the same base game, dude.
Well, yes,
it's the DLC. Not everyone can afford the DLC.
No, but what happens with religion is, it comes in with these things, and then over a couple thousand years, it gets all messed up, and it's happened with Christianity too.
Right.
So Islam is the one true thing. 1,000 years into Christianity.
So Islam is the one true thing.
Sure. But 1,000 years into Christianity, we were just like, you know what? Now how about if you just give us a little money where you can just buy your way into heaven? Here's a get out of hell free card for you, buddy. Now go fight in the Crusades. Yeah.
I think your time is a little off, but sure.
No, the Crusades were like 1100s, 1200s.
13 is more. Well, Martin Luther, I believe.
Jesus Christ, I was fucking rounding to 1,000 years.
Don't say his name in vain, asshole. Not allowed to. It's like one of the big rules.
Hey, fair enough. God. Jesus, you're a real one.
Jesus, you're not.
Oh, he was a real
Alci,
dude.
explain what jerkmate ranked is here means.
Oh, yeah, jerkmate ranked is finally here. You haven't heard about this?
Posting about that? I saw people posting, but I don't know what it means.
Okay, so there was a big joke on the internet, like memes, like me and my buddy and jerk ranked duo, jerkmate ranked duos, like blah, 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 and there was a big joke, and then all of a sudden, jerkmate announced that they're doing jerkmate ranked for real, and there are multiple tiers. There's oh god,
I love America.
Bronze something, silver stroker,
bronze buster maybe,
golden gooner, emerald edger, platinum puller, and then there's grandmaster baiter. And then I think there's
diamond.
I just forgot. There is a diamond one, but I forgot. But it's the world is a much brighter place right now.
So what's your rank?
Well, I keep trying to get Micah to hop on duos with me, but he just won't. So maybe for a Patreon episode we'll play.
But yeah, I'm trying to get on duos, but I'm just in a way too competitive area. I need to set my rank to like Japan.
But legitimately, this is a brilliant marketing move. A brilliant market. So many people are talking about it. What do you mean?
Yeah, but end of the day, they're not.
We're promoting it for free on our podcast right now.
Dude, it's not like Fortnite. It's not like, hey, I'm gonna install now so I can get on with all my boys. It's not a thing.
But it's still a brilliant marketing move for them. Come on. Of course it's not Fortnite. It's a totally different market.
You know what? What would you do for a Klondike bar was huge.
Yeah.
And that's the older version of that. That's the 2000s version.
Yeah. Dude.
Like, would you bang for a Klondike bar? That's just the hop, skip, and a jump away from. What?
Are you really eating a Klondike bar all by yourself?
What else do you think the ice cream's used for?
Oh
yikes.
my god.
This is way too horny of an episode.
Sorry, Mom, but honestly, I would talk about this to my mom. I would.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Yeah. And that's my rule. But yeah, this is America's going in a good direction, I think.
It's not, you know why it's not? Captain America: Brave New World.
I heard that it's gotten some bad reviews, but I'm going to watch it first.
I haven't seen it either, but one of my favorite movie reviewers, Connor Eats Pants, talked about it. Not a fan. Not a fan.
No. It's the one good thing to come out of this are the interviews with Harrison Ford, because I love Harrison Ford interviews. They're so funny.
Harrison Ford's great.
Yeah.
You should see his interviews in for Blade Runner. He did a bunch.
Yeah.
Because I know you told it.
would
He
think.
socked Ryan Gosling in the face for real by accident.
Yeah. It's
Ryan
so
Gosling deserved it.
dude. No, one of my favorite clips of him is like, what's the what's the goal with all this, Harrison? To become rich and famous.
90-year-old Harrison
but
Ford sitting in his
No,
$10 billion mansion.
no, he was in a recent one though for Brave New World, and they said actually apparently you were one of the names thought of to star in the 1989 Batman movie as Batman. Then he says, "Oh God, I missed the chance for fame." Oh
He
my
is
God.
actually less famous than I expected him to be.
Yeah, I started back home. I watched.
Also, I would
that
argue he's not
show.
a good actor.
I think he's fucking awesome. Okay, this is something I've actually wanted to talk
That's
about.
not what I said. That's
He
not what I
doesn't
said.
He doesn't have a lot of range, but I don't think that means he's a bad actor. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Something I watched an episode of John Bernthal's podcast because he had the actress of Karen from Daredevil on, Deborah Ann Wall, right? And they talked about a lot of things. It was actually a really fun episode. But one of the things she brought up was how she finds it interesting. She feels like actors it's the one art form in which you're not really allowed to have a style. When you do a specific kind of role and you do a specific kind of acting, it's called, oh, you don't have any range. But when someone directs a specific kind of movie, like Wes Anderson, all of his movies are pretty much the same. All of a sudden, it's a style. It's not that he's a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? So I think that's an interesting way to look at it. So Harrison Ford, not the incredible most amount of range. What he does well, I think.
So, by that logic, The Rock should win infinite Oscars.
No, but he's not good even at what he does.
That's not true. He's great at dumb strong guy. He is
I don't
the
think
best.
so.
Dude, he's so good at dumb strong guy.
I don't think he's-
Smolder,
I don't-
Smolder. He's just so good at it.
I think he's 100%
And
average.
he can sing.
Fair enough. That's not acting, though.
It's a part of it.
No. It's
Yeah.
something he did for a role, but it's a different
There's
skill
no
set.
way you can
That's
sit
like
here.
saying, no, dude, that's
Dude.
like saying, oh, dude, you may think that girl in that equestrian movie was bad, but she could ride a horse. Like, yeah, dude, she did something for the role,
People
but that's
talk
not
about
acting.
that all the time. People
No,
talk
no,
about Tom Cruise all the time.
No,
Tom
but
Cruise does all of his own stunts. That's amazing. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah, and he's a pretty good actor, but one of those things that I've seen though, it's those posts are like, can you believe this actor has never won an Oscar? Those kinds of posts. It's like, well, yeah, they're cool. They've never been in an Oscar-worthy role. In fact, I think Tom Cruise's best role is probably the movie Collateral, in which that's pretty good, but it's not Oscar-worthy. Definitely.
What? You
I
think
think-
that is his best role? one
One of his best
no.
performances.
Okay.
But I haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
but
I'm responding
that-
like that because I did not like Collateral very much in the slightest. Or
No,
at
but
all.
I honestly think he disappeared into that role more than most of his roles, I think.
Yeah, because it was play an assassin.
Mhm.
That's not. Look, Alci, if we can direct a movie like that, where one of us turns into an assassin, it's not like.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not. Okay, you haven't watched enough Wes Anderson for this to make sense.
By the way, I wasn't I was literally saying Tom Cruise is not, as an actor, it's not his particular strong suit. I think he can act well. Like, I'm not calling him a bad actor.
Okay. We're gonna do some fun thing from something.
But I can't think of a role.
You
like a
have
performance
three
of
actors. You have
Okay.
three actors in a room.
Okay.
You have Harrison Ford.
Uh-huh.
You have the guy from Children and Men,
Children of
and
Men.
you have
Is that
Children
Clive
of Men.
Owen, or is that the one I always mix him up with? I don't know.
no
But-
idea, and you have Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Of these three men, which are you giving the Oscar to?
Probably. Well, which role? Pick a role from the other two.
No. We're going through their entire filmography.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen most of Clive Owen's other stuff. I've seen Inside Man. He was the guy in Inside Man. So he definitely has better movies. I think in his filmography than most of them.
What would you say makes him a better actor?
Well, see, but no, what I'm saying is though, it's really hard to judge me for that. It's really hard to judge for that because I'm saying I legitimately think he's playing better roles. You know what I mean?
I think there's actors who can, when given a dog shit script, can do a really good job.
That's true.
Samuel L. Jackson. Jamie Foxx can kill it. He can crush it.
Ed Norton.
We're both like, huh?
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton. Well, Ed. Yeah. I'm trying to. I don't know if I've seen bad stuff with Ed. I haven't seen Ed Norton's The Hulk. To be fair, there's actors that, when given garbage, can.
Unpopular opinion.
Cool
I kind of like the Incredible Hulk movie, but I also haven't seen it in years. And some people might think that that's because I have an Edward Norton bias, but that's actually the first ever Ed Norton movie I ever saw.
That doesn't mean you don't have an Ed Norton bias.
No, but I'm saying it started there.
But that doesn't. Okay, cool. It's not now that worse. Fine though.
I think he's
one getting.
I will say that I do think he's 100% a better Bruce Banner than Mark Ruffalo. And I like
Mark Ruffalo better humanitarian efforts.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about acting.
I
think Mark Ruffalo is. I really liked him in other movies. I like him in The Last Castle. I still haven't seen Poor Things, which he was nominated for, but I don't really like his Bruce Banner at all.
I'm adding Poor Thing. No, I don't want to see a Mark Ruffalo movie. I don't like him. I don't either.
I didn't say I don't like him. In fact, I said I like.
I don't.
There are other roles of his that I really like.
There aren't any that I do.
But you haven't seen any, have you?
I think I've seen something.
Okay.
Can't remember what it is though.
Well, 13 going on 30.
No, but that sounds problematic. That sounds like Lolita.
No, it's Big, but it's with a girl.
I haven't seen Big, so I wouldn't know.
Well, it's basically go to sleep one day and then all of a sudden they're an adult. Except with her, it was more of like a time travel thing. She all of a sudden was in her life when she becomes 30. Yeah.
Like Click. Picking up what you're putting down. Click is a good movie.
I honestly haven't seen Click. It's been on my list for a long time.
It is like the best of the shit tier movies by Adam Sandler.
Fair enough.
It's like actually can get you to feel.
Okay.
Whereas
you tell me it's better than Waterboy, huh?
Oh, I love Waterboy.
Don't get me wrong. You're telling me it's better than Big Daddy,
Waterboy.
huh?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But like Happy Gilmore, that's all time.
Happy Gilmore 2's coming out.
I don't like when they do sequels to originals. Like that ever.
Here's the one thing that I think we missed out on. I don't know if I said this to you on the podcast or not, but honestly, if Patrick Swayze were still alive, instead of getting a Roadhouse remake, we definitely would have gotten a Roadhouse sequel. And I would have been so fucking for that, dude. I would have been so fucking for that.
You can't keep making Roadhouse references because I haven't seen it and I need to watch it.
Well, let's watch it, buddy.
We'll watch it. Yeah, we can watch it on the Patreon.
Yeah.
That'll be next week's episode. To set aside 2 hours and to make jokes at a movie.
Yeah. 3 hours because we're going to be pausing it pretty often, knowing us.
Really? Do you think? Is it one of those movies? Because we don't do that with all the movies that we watch. We barely did that with Blade Runner 2049. We didn't do that at all with Children of Men.
Well, yeah. I'm going to say I love Roadhouse. It is not Blade Runner 2049 or Children of Men.
It's not Blade. You rated that. You barely rated that 4 stars.
No, I barely rated it. It was actually, it was almost 4.5 stars. Almost. But I really loved it. 4 stars is a good rating. I don't think you realize that.
4 stars is a good rating for me.
Yeah.
Not a good rating for you.
Not true.
You rated Beautiful Boy 3.5. That's Beautiful Boy you would consider half a star worse than Blade Runner 2049.
Then I guess I need to
see the breakdown of the scale.
It's difficult because it's like the way I try to rate movies is how effectively they are the movie they're kind of trying to be in some sense, and then also taking into account how much of an experience it was for me, how good of an experience it was for me. So honestly, I could see myself lowering Beautiful Boy 1 star on the basis of how the experience was for me. Because I personally couldn't get too invested in it. I couldn't particularly relate to it. And I got attacked for saying doing drugs is stupid, but okay.
That's just not how addiction works.
But it's like, is doing drugs not an objectively stupid thing? I'm insulting the act of choosing. I'm insulting the act of originally. Okay, because here's the thing about Beautiful Boy. No, hear me out.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so here's the thing about Beautiful Boy. We didn't really get to see the mental struggle he was going through. The only thing, but like, let me put it this way. His dad, pretty fucking supportive freaking dad. Really supportive dad. Really cool dad. Steve Carell. Lived in a very nice house. Clearly had access to a very, very good education. And obviously he had to be going through some struggles to, go towards the drugs thing. But I honestly cannot see a scenario in which he didn't actively make the decision to start the drugs. And that is simply a stupid decision. And so...
Can I present you something?
It's different based on the scenario in which surrounding it. There are different stories in which I would be able to have a little more sympathy for certain characters. And I had a lot of sympathy for Steve Carell's character, but it was really hard for me to have sympathy for Timothée Chalamet's character. It was really difficult.
Let me present something to you.
Yeah.
So I have had 2 knee surgeries.
Yes.
After which I was prescribed oxycodone.
Mm-hmm.
Oxycodone, when mixed with Tylenol, I believe, becomes Percocet.
Yep.
That is, I believe, the most addicted drug, but like prevalent addictive drug in the country.
Yeah.
So to say it's stupid to choose to do it is failing to understand, A, how drugs work in the brain, and
I'm
B,
saying to make the active choice to start.
To start. Okay. So you're saying I should never have started taking
That's not what I'm
oxycodone
saying at all,
post-surgery.
because I'm saying the movie never showed us that he started because he had an injury. He never showed us that stuff. And based on literally talking to his dad, when he literally had a scene with his dad where he was just like, well, I just like to party and I just like to do. And I just like, clearly he reminded me of like kids at Bullis, And it's really hard for me.
Or kids at Georgetown, to be fair.
Yeah, so it's like I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be trapped in that like you were, like you could have been. It's a very different thing than to originally make the active choice, and not only just to make the active choice, to come from a very supportive family and a very well-off education in which you had to have known the freaking history of what drugs do to people.
Sure.
And when it comes to the struggles he must have been going through,
Well, also, you're implying that people think rationally. You're implying that. Well,
I'm saying he didn't, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna present you another.
I think all people are redeemable, and I am. It's based on a true story, so this isn't really a spoiler, but spoilers for Beautiful Boy. I'll put a time code, even though it's a few seconds. He does, eventually, apparently, long after the movie, it doesn't really show it in the movie, he does eventually recover. Right? So, good for him. Big props. And I have a lot of respect for that. That's really difficult to do. But yeah, it's hard for me when I'm only seeing... We never get to see that part of the journey. We just get to see the parts where he's fucking shooting his arms up with heroin.
Okay. I'm going to present you a situation.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather, on my dad's side.
Yes.
He had a stable life with 2 kids.
Yes.
He was a relatively pretty happy person.
Mm-hmm.
He started his own business, and he had made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
He chose to spend the entire family fortune on cocaine and hookers and quaaludes, I think.
Shows?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you think he made that choice? Why do you think people who are in a stable place make choices like that? Do you think it is a very highly considered option, or they think this will make me feel this way,
Yep.
and this will have this amount of effects on my life, or
Mhm.
B, I know when I can become addicted. This is an upper. It makes me feel better for a short time.
I'm
It's the
guessing.
B.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a stupid decision. And it's a stupid thought process. And your granddad, no offense, was that not a terrible thing to do?
Oh, it was. I have. There's a reason I've never spoken to him.
Exactly.
He's also an asshole, but that's
Exactly. It's a very
it's-
common thing I find with a lot of people that make certain lifestyle choices. But it's look, when I'm
something in my throat.
yeah, and I really don't respect those choices, you know? And you can't ask me to respect the choices. Definitely not. And then here's what I'm saying. This is something that's definitely always been an issue with me that I've always been working on. I'm about to get real, people. Growing up with a brother who's broken over probably at least 70 bones now over the course of his life, it's
Good Lord.
really hard for me to take people seriously when they talk about their struggles when they're actually living in very, very good scenarios. And I know comparing struggles is really not the thing to do, and I've been working on that a lot. But growing up in that environment, as I got older, it was very difficult for me personally to kind of learn that, you know? And to learn, like, because, you know, sometimes I really just want to scream at people, hey, you can walk and run and jump. You should be happy that you are able to do that, you know? Yes.
Not to be an argument bot, but
Yeah.
there's. I think I've told you about this. There's a concept called the hedonic treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
It says that over time, humans equalize to a set level of happiness or sadness. So, depending on what element it is, it can have a differing effect to you, but there is a standard happiness level that people, on average, will even out to.
Mm-hmm.
So it is right that you are fighting and not trying to compare tragedies and
Yes.
struggles. Because that's a mistake, and that's
I
not how
know.
people work.
I know.
And it was interesting though. Like do you know can you guess what the two biggest factors were in terms of lasting emotional effect on most people?
You mean in all kind of like life events?
Yes, in all major life events.
Death of a close family member or loved one? Would that be one of them?
That's number one.
Yep.
Actually, no, that's number two technically.
What's the other
Number
one?
one is getting laid off.
I thought you were about to say getting laid.
No, that's usually
Sorry,
the opposite
Jesus
direction.
Christ. Yeah, getting
Getting
off.
laid off, if I remember from the study, showed it would have an average lasting effect of like 3 to 5 years in terms of decreased morality.
Yep.
So it's just comparing tragedies is stupid. It's stupid.
Well, no, it is stupid, but like here's what I'll say in terms of comparing tragedies. I don't think it's very hard that any parents will ever go through as much of pain as Steve Carell's did in that movie. I think that's one of the worst things you could go through as a parent, right? One of the worst things for your son, you know, your child who you've raised to basically lose themselves to hard drugs. That's one of the worst things.
That's a pretty common thing though.
And it's an incredible. Just because something's common doesn't mean
You're
it's
saying
difficult.
you're saying you don't mean the literally. I don't think any parent has had it harder than the fictional character in this movie.
It's
you're
based
saying
on a true story, but also that situation though. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
like,
that situation.
That kind of pain.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the worst things you can go through as a parent. Definitely worse than, you know, like what my parents, I think, went, and my mom, like, has openly said this, like that's harder than having to deal with, you know, someone with a medical condition like this, I think, you know, because you're still not like losing them forever, you know, and
It's hard to compare.
I know I'm saying it is hard to compare, but it is definitely so. Yeah, and so what I'm saying is like I had a lot more sympathy for Steve Carell's character in the movie than I was able to have for Timothée Chalamet at the point in his life when we were watching him in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not telling anyone how to feel about the movie. I'm not telling anyone how to live their life. I'm not telling anybody how to do that. I'm just talking about my personal, like, literal emotional reaction to the movie.
Godzilla re Clinton.
Godzilla re Clinton.
Yeah. No, my brother said that, and I was like, oh man, that's really funny.
Do you remember the context?
No. He's talking about Godzilla.
Well, you were either talking about Godzilla or you were talking about Hillary Clinton. So
Godzilla and Hillary Clinton had a baby. And it was Godzilla re Clinton. And it's just like a Godzilla, but it's a white woman who thinks everything's about her. Oh my gosh. It's just really a performative activist who's actually like a centrist and a hidden closet conservative who's just like a turf. Oh man. Who's just like an idiot on foreign policy, but it's also Godzilla.
Also, what you said reminded me of something. One of my favorite comments I've seen recently. It was under a comment of like some person who's basically like on Instagram and whatever, kind of like made their whole thing about being completely androgynous. Like no one can quite tell if they're a man or a woman, right?
Sure.
And the one of the top comments on one of the videos was, "You look like what would happen if a man and a woman had a baby."
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I was showing my brother some related YouTube clips. You're eating Pop-Tarts. And the first
Cookie
one was
Pop-Tarts, which are different from the chocolate Pop-Tarts I had on another episode.
I've never had a Pop-Tart. Was Kanye West saying to Mike Myers, Bill Clinton doesn't care about black people? No. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah.
It was just just watch the clip. It's so good.
Oh,
Mike
no,
Myers
I know. I've actually seen it. I've seen it.
Mike Myers just goes like, okay. And just immediately moves on.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
God, it's so classic. And that got me thinking about insane shit in the media. And I thought about
there's only a bit of that.
The clip from The Good Doctor.
Which one?
You are not a boy, you are a girl. No, sorry. It's just being incredibly transphobic to someone who believes they have appendicitis to a child.
No, my favorite clip from that was like, well, yes, but what if you felt like a girl? I don't feel like I'm a boy. I am a boy.
Yeah, no, he says that literally 10 seconds later. He's like, I know what I am. I don't know how to feel. And it's just like assuming that this representation of an autistic person has no concept of empathy towards those who, even from a medical perspective, would say they have gender dysphoria. And so it's just. Do you know what happens to the kid, by the way?
Didn't the girl have testicular cancer?
Yes. Yes. And the entire episode, Dr. Murphy, says he has testicular cancer in his penis. And
she
it's just
has testicular cancer.
No, he says he.
No, and then the other doctors correct him.
Yes, she has testicular cancer in her testicles. And so it's just, man, why did they make that show like that? And I watched a lot of The Good Doctor. I saw maybe...
Really?
Almost all of the first season, if I remember. That show is bad.
I am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon. And he just says it. No. It's just so bad of a movie. It just, TV show.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to watch a drawn out episodic show about an autistic doctor, watch House. Mm-hmm. House is so good. House is fucking incredible.
I've been watching through House on YouTube Shorts. Yeah.
Oh, you're such a fucking cunt. That's like me saying I watch movies on 2x speed with subtitles and I skip through them, like I did with Daredevil season 2 and 3. It's not necessarily true. I just skipped through it.
It's just sad because you don't know what
the dialogue is so boring. Oh,
but
my God,
it's well written though.
It's well written, but it's well written boring.
No, maybe you just have a terrible attention span.
Motherfucker, I watched RoboCop. Okay? Don't talk about my attention span.
I haven't seen RoboCop yet, so I cannot comment on that.
It's actually okay. Did you see my Letterboxd review for it?
I saw your review.
When treating it as something
you never
making
like
fun,
my reviews.
I forget that's a function of the app. I don't use it that often. When ranking it as something that is making fun of other things, it is really good.
Yeah.
It is like super good. And as a commentary on embedding the police into our military industrial complex and our police system, embedding corporations into that, it is really a really good piece of media.
I'll put it on my watch list.
And it just through and through, it's so 80s. It is so extremely 80s. I made a comparison. I went.
Do you know what an 80s movie feels like? Because you don't really watch many of those.
Original Blade Runner. I watched the new Tron, which I'm assuming is similar to the old Tron. What else did I put in there? The Star Wars.
70s.
This is 79. But it's like, I think it's a really well-produced, I don't want to say it's just a piece of satire. It's a well-produced piece of satire.
Okay, I didn't know it was satire. I really didn't know much about the movie, in all honesty.
From everything that I can understand as of now, it's a satire.
Okay, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it.
From even if it's not intended to be, watch it as a satire. This isn't spoiling anything, but like the main character, when he throws the main villain through a piece of glass, and then he's like, wait, stop, and he throws him through another piece of glass, and he's like, no, trust me, I work for this guy, and he throws him through 4 total pieces of glass in a row. It's really funny.
Okay,
it's
so
just
then
a really funny movie.
Go into that, go into Roadhouse with that energy, please.
Is Roadhouse a satire?
No. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
No.
You just have to have fun with it.
No, that's different.
You have to have fun with it. You just have to enjoy the ride.
It's written to be something fun. That's making fun of other movies where they do shit like that. Where they I think I talked about this. The main enemy in Street Fighter is named Saul Bad Guy. It's like, and one of the enemies in Destiny 2 now is like all of them are like aspects of something else.
Dude, wait. So you're telling me there's a Saul Bad Guy and a Saul Good Man?
That's just the common Jewish last name. And to say otherwise would be anti-Semitic, and I would have the ADL at your fucking house.
It's not Saul's real name, you know. Literally in the first episode he's introduced in Breaking Bad, he goes, you know, Jewish names, you know, they get people in the door.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a Larry David.
His real name is Jimmy McGill.
In Larry David. Okay.
His name is like it's because when he was conning people, would go. Sorry, spoilers for Better Call Saul. I'll add a time code. He would say, people when he was like conning people.
I haven't seen Better Call Saul, so be careful.
Okay, well when he was conning people and they would ask his name, he would say Saul, and they were like, "Huh, Saul Good, man," and then they would forget.
Okay. In Larry David's version of this was they kept complaining about having a Swedish lawyer. Like, I'm gonna fucking lose. And then the lawyer's name was like Boner, but spelled with like 2 umlauts and stuff.
Okay.
And it was just really funny. If I'm remembering it correctly, it's like God fucking damn it. I wish he was a fucking Jew. And man, where was I going with this? Things that are written to be funny and to make fun of something else. Like, oh, God. Sacha Baron Cohen's kind of canceled, and he's pretty racist. But
really? Because I think he's a great actor, I think.
He did brownface a lot. But he's also, again, super Israeli. And he's a Zionist. But
I didn't know that. But when he plays a serious role, it's a lot of fun. Like,
I haven't seen him play a serious role.
Did you see Trial of Chicago 7?
No, I need to watch Trial of Chicago 7. But like, he did a bit called Alci, where he's like this British guy, he's this road man, but he's like, and he's just fucking with people. And there's 2 main things that come to mind where he's talking to a professor of American history. He's like, so it's a bit racialist in it if the black people are doing all the work and the white people aren't. And the person's like, yes, slavery was absolutely racist. And it's just so funny. And even now, that's a controversial statement. People say the Civil War was a monetary issue.
Yeah.
And then, like, another one of my favorite bits was he was talking to a guy on a farm, and he's talking to him. He's like, so what made you want to be a veterinarian? Do you care about animals? I'm a veteran. He's just the entire time he's explaining, he's like saying he loves animals, and it's just, oh God. Again, something that is so clearly designed to make fun of dipshits,
Yeah.
I can absolutely appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Roadhouse, it does not sound like that is the goal.
But it's so much fun.
Okay, we need to be more topic Sherpas because we're running out of time.
Yeah. Okay. What's my next thing? Oh, okay. So I watched all of the Before trilogy.
Before sunrise, before sunset,
and
before
midnight,
midtime town.
midnight. And those all came out 10 years from each other, and they were all really, really good. And you know what? It's actually been 10 years since Before Midnight. So Before Noon better come out soon. Richard Linklater. He wrote and directed.
I need to watch those movies.
And it's really good. It's honestly, in terms of the way the dialogue is written, it is some of the closest movies, I think, to the kind of...
Oh, no. Wait,
what?
maybe.
What? He has a weird... Okay, the same guy who did the Before trilogy directed School of Rock, which is crazy.
Though there's two bigger issues.
What?
So his first movie, by the way, my dad told me about this guy.
Yeah.
His first movie, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Just
I still
completely
haven't seen
came
it.
up with it.
Yeah.
I don't know how one goes from Dazed and Confused to Hitman.
Which is, I saw he directed that, and now I kind of want to give it a chance because I want to know, because I don't think he hits every time. Because here's what I'm gonna get to, okay? Anyway, I watched the Before trilogy, freaking loved them. They freaking tore a hole in my heart. I loved them, and they are honestly some of the. This is gonna kind of like sound like I'm hyping myself up, but they are some of the closest things I've seen to my kind of style of writing dialogue. Because every single time I write, just a fucking long dialogue scene, they're like, "Oh, what do you think you're Quentin Tarantino or something?" And it's not even close to that, except for that literal one scene in which the dialogue wasn't even written, that we did in the car.
Do you think you're Quentin Tarantino because you love feet? That's what they're saying.
Well, that's unrelated. I don't really display that in my movies, but yeah. But anyway, then I decided to also watch Boyhood, which he did, and I only remembered hearing about it because it was done over the course of 12 years. So it's the same child actor actually growing up, so you actually watch the kid grow up over the course of the movie.
12 years.
Yes. All the way to
God.
to 18, So he starts when he's like, 6 and then all the way to 18. And
the girls stayed the same age.
But I honestly, it was all kind of built around the Gibbet. The thing about that movie is the main character was just not a character. He was just so empty. And I feel like part of that might have been the point. Like, we don't really feel like the main characters in our own lives or some crap. But he just he added nothing to like 90% of the scenes he was in. He was just an observer, and it was all about the people around him. So it was really hard for me to be invested in that movie. But Ethan Hawke was in it, and he was the best part of it. So it wasn't all bad. But there was this one scene in the movie that pissed me off, and this is why I hate the American education system. There's a scene where he's a kid, and he's playing the Oregon Trail on a computer, and then the teacher's like, "Hey, it's time to do your work," and then she comes and she like alt exits it and kind of just deletes all his progress, and then he has to go, and he's drawing an outline of Texas. How the fuck is drawing an outline of Texas more important to young minds than the complex moral dilemmas presented to one in the Oregon Trail?
I can't think of anything either real or funny to say to that. That's crazy. You just shouldn't be playing video games in class, but I don't know, maybe it's not great to have people touch your computer. That's the big issue. That's crazy shit.
What I'm saying? Or what's the crazy shit here?
I think knowing where the states are is important.
It's not knowing where the states are. It was knowing the shape of the state.
Was it set in Texas?
Actually, yeah. But the thing
then
is,
it's defendable.
They were tracing Texas, and then they were cutting it out. Of an already cut out piece of Texas. How is that more important than I think, honestly, I've learned so much from movies and stuff like that, okay? And And I sometimes play a little dumb on this podcast. I understand that.
A little.
But I think you could
What?
learn so much more from the Oregon Trailer than the shit they were doing
Have
in
you
that
played
class.
the Oregon Trail?
One time when I was bored in school.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's. I don't think. I'm gonna propose something to you.
Mhm.
I don't think it's that teachers don't think video games can't teach you anything or are important. I think it's we're doing something else. You have to do the same thing that we're doing.
I know. But also screw that individuality.
Okay.
Something I saw this video like close to Valentine's Day, right? And it was like, hey, if you're someone who feels like you're never gonna get over your ex, or you know someone who thinks they're like never gonna get over their ex, show them this video. I like obviously it seemed like a stupid video, but I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And then he was talking about how like he was listening to this song that he likes that he's listened to like 100 times about, and it's called "The Day He Stopped Loving Her." And he was like, okay, well, like I guess that's kind of motivational. But then one time he actually started listening to the lyrics, and he realized that the lyrics were describing a coffin. And then he says, so, in other words, guys, we're cooked. Have a good day.
Okay. Have a good day after that is crazy.
Yep.
That's wild shit.
He just went to spread hopelessness. I was also told by someone recently that they said, I've never met someone who was so their major before.
Yeah, that's kind of an insult if you know most film majors
But
that are straight men.
it wasn't in this scenario somehow. It was just
Okay,
more.
good.
It was more of like a neutral observation in that scenario. Yeah. It wasn't a compliment. It was just an observation. Okay.
Nice.
Then
Solid.
another really quick one. The Accountant 2 trailer came out.
Oh, what?
The Accountant
Pardon
2
me?
trailer came out.
I'm pulling this up. I'm not gonna watch it right now, but I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah. So it doesn't look all that, but John Bernthal's a much bigger part of this one, clearly, because I'm not going to spoil the first Accountant. But John Bernthal's a much bigger character, so I'm always excited for that. But yeah,
J.K. Simmons is in it?
Oh yeah, J.K.
Whoop, whoop.
Simmons is in it.
Love that guy.
Dude, yeah. So The Accountant. I just thought because Max and I watched The Accountant, the first one, together on a bus ride, and it was interesting. It was fun.
Man, yeah, it was fun.
Honestly, maybe that's part of what got us into the idea of making an action movie. So do we have The Accountant to thank for that?
Nope. No, we have to thank the Gray Man. That is what we are thanking.
No, we had already decided.
The Gray Man.
We had already decided
The
we were going to
Gray
make an action
Man.
movie, and then we watched that for inspiration, as you put it.
We
and,
cannot.
Oh my god, I hate the Gray.
I would
The
die.
Accountant is better than the Gray Man. Jesus
I
Christ.
would die before giving the Accountant that. Also, I think stylistically the Gray Man's better, but
I think
it's different.
I think script is more important than style every time.
Yeah, and that's why you'll make
And
movies
also-
that sound good and look like shit.
Okay.
Style is important. Wes Anderson isn't known for his dialogue.
Yes, he is. He actually is known for literally all of the elements of the movie put together, and his dialogue is known to be some of the most precise dialogue in film. What are you talking about?
Precise, but he's more noted for his cinematography and his art style.
Yeah, but it all comes together along with the dialogue, and scripts
No, the
are...
dialogue is less key than that. I'm being
No,
so
but
real.
no, but it's...
You haven't seen enough Wes Anderson to have an argument about this.
Excuse me? Have
haven't?
you seen The Royal Tenenbaums?
Have you seen fucking Moonrise Kingdom?
Have you seen Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yes, I love Grand Budapest.
Have you seen fucking what is it called? The
That's
French
what I'm saying.
Dispatch.
Yes,
You saw the French Dispatch, really?
I think so.
Did you see the 4 short films he did based on Roald Dahl stories?
Did you watch Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Somehow I haven't seen that still.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I've only seen a bit of it.
And the clips I see
seen
from
the
that
first
movie are
30 minutes of
highlighting all the clips I see from that movie are highlighting key points of dialogue. So fuck you, buddy.
Brother,
I'm saying I think like literally
style is at the very least equally as important for Wes Anderson. At the
no.
very
But no,
least.
but the dialogue is part of that style is what I'm saying. So you can't just say that dialogue doesn't matter. You literally said that it as if
I don't
didn't
think it doesn't matter. I just think
It's
think
part
you
of
are
it. It's
down.
part of
I
it.
think you have a tendency to downplay
No.
our artisticness.
That
and
is not
artful in coloration.
That is
in
not
movies.
true at all. I just think that
You
are
loved Madam Web.
No, I did not. I think you
That's
are
just the personal
overplaying how fucking artistic the Gray Man was. No, the Gray Man was.
Sorry. The first scene of the Gray Man.
Yeah, okay.
I
And even
loved
so,
that.
It was okay. A lot of it was just didn't look real.
Shut up,
Yeah.
nerd.
Shut
up, pussy.
Okay,
Nerd.
let's talk about something actually
Neither-
important. Duo is dead.
That's not even close to important. It was a Twitter meme.
It's not a Duo. They officially killed him off.
Did you read what the note said?
He was hit by a Cybertruck, and Drake probably did it. Do you not? I think I've done more research into this than to you, buddy.
I actually read the fucking tweet.
Yeah, so did I. Duo's dead.
To TBH, he probably died waiting for you to do your lesson, but what do we know?
Yeah. It is a marketing strategy. Yeah, but like the marketing team got together, they were like, okay, guys, let's kill off the bird.
They immediately started selling plushies with it dead.
Yes, it's a marketing strategy. Duo's dead.
I'm not a Duolingo fan. You're not gonna get me on this.
Okay, but Duo's isn't, but like what I love is all of the other companies that are posting about it. You know,
I don't
It's
like
just-
I fucking hate that actually. It doesn't matter, but man, I mean,
but
like,
Drake
okay.
probably did it because like Duo on the day of the Super Bowl, like they tweeted out like basically daring Kendrick to call. He was like, "Say Drake," you know, to say it at the Super Bowl, and then the next day he's dead. So you tell me.
I've been told
Yeah.
that I have a certain argument technique
Really,
and just the way that I do things and the way that I communicate.
really.
This has been dubbed Maxercise.
Who were you told this by?
My family.
Yep.
I want you, my friend, to confirm and or deny the existence of this phenomena.
Are you gonna go into detail about their exact definition of maxercise?
Nope. They just used it as a verb. It
I
was
think-
before Max does his Maxercise and tries to get you to think this way.
Yep. You definitely have a tendency. You definitely have a style. You know? It's not an insult. It's
We're
not
going to talk about
observation.
something else. Okay.
But
so
I'm saying like, yeah.
we're going to explain how fucking stupid anything that scales the Flash anything is at all by basic physics. Not basic physics,
Oh, yeah.
relativistic physics.
Yeah.
Let me explain. So, comically. Not like in the comics.
Yep.
Flash, and in a lot of the
Which-
visual
which-
representations,
Yeah.
Flash has moved at light speed.
Mhm.
Because that's a fun thing to say. He moved at light speed.
Yeah.
Sometimes he moves faster than light speed.
Yeah.
Which would make him antimatter, which is
Yeah.
proposed by Feynman, but whatever.
Yeah.
So the way that Einstein proved that energy worked, everyone's heard the equation. E equals mc squared. That's
Mhm.
wrong. It's E equals gamma mc squared, or E equals the Lorentz factor
Mhm.
mc squared. Therefore, you have to be moving to move something at light speed. It needs infinite energy,
Yeah.
effectively infinite energy.
Mhm.
And it is impossible to do that unless you are doing it with extremely, like, we've only gotten like electrons to light speed, and we've only measured that with CRTs and shit.
Yeah.
We have never ever accelerated something that is like something I think visible to light speed ever,
Mhm.
because it's requires infinite energy effectively. If the Flash can do it,
Yeah.
that motherfucker has more energy than every atom bomb known to man.
He does.
Yet, in at least every single episode of the TV show,
Well, yeah, they need
he
to find
somehow manages to lose a fight.
Yeah.
A, and B, to not destroy everything that's ever existed.
Well, here's what I'll say about this. The in the comics, they realized that there might be a problem with the laws of physics. So
Okay.
they said, let's make this thing called the Speed Force, which justifies everything we want to do and explains all of the things that would happen that we don't want to happen.
Except it doesn't. It doesn't.
That no, but I'm
explain.
saying that is their protection barrier on the laws of physics. It's the Speed Force. That is what they came up with. And it's stupid, but that's their in-universe explanation.
Physics-wise, anything that can go faster than light is stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Except for arguably antimatter shit through wormholes.
He runs so
which
fast
isn't
he can
even
go
confirmed.
back and he runs so fast he can time travel, okay?
See, that's actually, you can scientifically explain that if he's antimatter.
Yep.
Because the way that, like, oh god, it would have to
I
be,
don't know what to tell you. They do talk about antimatter in the show. And
I
in the
know.
comics.
I had to, I was thinking about how long it would take me to explain to someone, like, the basic laws of physics and, like, why stuff works. And, like, how much science it would require me explaining. And that would suck so bad. Like, it would suck mega bad. And I think about an argument I had with someone who was like, how do you know the universe started? And, like, how do you know that gravity wasn't made by God? And I started thinking about how much science I would have to explain to this person about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it would take so long.
Yeah, because
But this
obviously
isn't, like,
the God thing is right. So you'd have to explain yourself away to, come up with all these things that don't really matter.
You're right. Einstein was a dipshit. He was a dipshit, and we've all known it. God, what are my other topics?
Yeah.
Oh,
went through
yes.
it on mine. You should go through yours.
Okay. I have a short one. Apparently, on Valentine's Day,
Yep.
Ana de Armas was seen with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and that... No way. Isn't she married?
I'm Googling this to make sure I didn't get skamazed, but...
Okay, but also, let me just make...
She's married, yes, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, to some asshole named Mark... Oh, no, they were married from 2011 to 2013.
During Night Out in London together.
Okay, so...
They went out to dinner on Valentine's Day
Ana de
in
Armas
Soho,
has not
London.
been married for a while. She's not been married for a while.
I didn't know that.
No, because she did date... I just knew that she was married at some point, and I thought it was more recent, but apparently she dated Ben Affleck after she was married, and I thought it was before.
She dated Ben... That's disgusting.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
They went to dinner together, and then hopped in a taxi together. On Valentine's Day.
Well...
Dude, Tom Cruise looks bad.
Hopefully it was just a friendly chat. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Honestly, dude, if Tom Cruise asked me out to dinner, I'd go. It's going to be a nice dinner. And I'm going to hear some crazy shit.
Or he's going to try to convince you to join Scientology.
I just told you. Or I'm going to hear some crazy shit, Max.
Oh, I thought you meant
That's
like his
crazy
experiences.
shit. No, I mean, have you seen videos of him laughing?
Yes, I have. I've also seen videos of JD Vance laughing. All right, let's not be hurtful.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Jeff Bezos.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm just saying it's gonna be a night, no matter what.
I think she can provide her own nights, to be clear.
Yeah, she is Ana de Armas, but like still, it's Tom Cruise. Wouldn't it be fun to say, oh yeah, one time I went to dinner with Tom Cruise on Valentine's Day?
It would be way better to say, yeah, Tom Cruise asked me out, and I said, fuck you, you're a melting plastic candle of a man, like Ted Cruz.
No. If Tom Cruise asked me out to dinner, I'd go.
You're gay. That's different.
No, he's too short for me.
He is shorter than me, so I'll agree with that.
No,
barely.
But no, it would be a fun time. Come on, it'd be a story. Come on.
Stop saying it like that. No.
Every single story I've heard about Tom Cruise is fucking insane. So that's all I'll say.
Okay. I pulled a U this weekend.
Oh, you sure you want to talk about that?
That's my color, bro. What?
in terms of tanking my physical health by.
Oh, I thought you meant you like the series on Netflix. I was like, oh, you're stalking a girl?
No,
I
I'm
was
not doing
like, I
that.
was like,
No, I stopped that a while ago. Although I was compared to that guy a lot.
Really?
I told you, yeah.
By who?
I told you that, like,
No, you wait. Yeah.
and that I kind of know him.
The
Knew him.
actor?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Family friend was, for their wedding, they booked out the band that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And so he stayed in their house that we were also staying in. And my sister went out to get water at like 4 a.m. and he was doing yoga on the coffee table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was weird.
Okay.
He was a weird fucking dude.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways. I had a midterm on Thursday.
Okay.
And I didn't get a ton of sleep, you know. So I wake up around 12. I need to wake up. I have some coffee and I have some Adderall.
Mm-hmm.
I end up actually consuming that around 1.
Yeah.
I work through my midterm, you know. I work super hard. I've been working super hard the day before. I'm very awake.
Uh-huh.
I had another massive quiz the day after at 9 a.m.
Yikes, dude.
So I take a nap at 7 p.m. I don't go to bed until 5:30. And I wake up at 8:45.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I wake up, I have another double shot espresso and take my Adderall. Come back home after I take my massive test, which was a quiz that was not that massive, but I take it. And then I sleep until 3 p.m. And then I think I took Adderall again.
I see.
I have been pulling a U, but with 8 a.m. deadlines.
Yep.
Don't do that.
No.
In the past 2 weeks or so, I've gained 5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I've gained weight.
I thought you, like, booked some time with a personal trainer because of the Sean.
I tried to. They didn't get back to me. I emailed them again tonight. I have been way less productive. That's not true. I've been.
I also haven't been to the gym in too long. I really need to get back into that because last night I did a pull up and it was a lot harder than it used to be. So I really need to get back into the gym. He finally did the Mickey Mouse sneeze.
No,
he finally did the Mickey Mouse sneeze. I'm posting it. I'm posting it. I'm clipping it. I'm posting it. I'm clipping it. I'm posting it. The people will finally believe me.
And a terrible
the people will finally believe me.
You're
Doesn't matter. Mickey Mouse sneeze. Doesn't matter. Mickey Mouse sneeze.
You know who made Mickey Mouse? An anti-Semite.
Okay, and
Walt Disney. You're like him.
Yeah, and you're like the mouse. Who cares?
I'm trying to make this as unpostable as possible.
Well, I already cut before this because we're doing short posts now.
God. Yeah. Well, are we, Mr. 12 days since last podcast was uploaded?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Good. We need to be doing shorter shorts.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't treat your body like garbage. It's bad.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
I still need to think about dinner tonight. Fuck.
You haven't had dinner yet?
No, because we stayed out a lot later than I was expecting us to because a lot of stuff happened on Friday night that I'm saving those stories. So
what? Why?
I just told you because DJ wants to tell those stories on the podcast. If DJ
okay,
comes back on again.
Okay, they're not your stories.
Exactly. Well, I was there. I was planning to tell them, and then I was talking to DJ about it, and then DJ was like, "Oh wait, could I tell them?" So that's what it was.
Okay.
And then yeah, so essentially I kind of screwed over my sleep schedule, and I'm still working on a paper that's due tomorrow. So
how long is it? I'm gonna judge you based on how much you respond to this.
How much have I gotten done, or how long does it have to be?
How long does it have to be?
It's definitely like a couple pages, few pages.
Like how many words?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in the taking notes and outlining part.
Bruh.
Because it's for script analysis.
Oh, bro, you're good at that though.
I know. So,
dude, you get to your shit sucks, but it's on stuff you're good at.
Well,
I have to fucking write a paper on how to be funny. I'm
Yeah.
bad at that. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Well, the difficult thing with motivating myself to do college work is because I genuinely don't feel like I've learned like anything.
Yeah, you're a first. Okay, you have
Yeah.
been doing film and consuming film and thinking about film for how long?
Longest. Yes, I every all waking moments.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, this is gonna sound condescending, and I'm gonna be a little condescending as a STEM guy.
Yeah.
It is stuff that has a relative level of intuition required.
Yeah.
Comparatively, biology, not a ton of intuition there,
No.
or gen chem,
No.
or physics.
No.
It's all kind of just like
Oh, it's definitely more difficult work that you're doing. I'm saying it's difficult.
it's no, I don't want to say more difficult. I want to say less intuitive.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about business stuff. And so it's
Interesting.
stuff that you just kind of have to like think, like it's like, instead of, all right, I don't have to explain to you how this equation works. You're gonna have to know it, and you're gonna have to like. I'm gonna tell you something. I had to do some homework for class. The homework was adding comments to code
Interesting.
based off the professor's given code.
Based on, but okay.
Based on the professor's given code, sure. He left in a lot of lines of code that were past 100 lines, which is an automatic minus 5% to minus 10%.
Yikes.
Instead of fixing that code or making it not a minus points, he said, I am too lazy to do that. You have to do that. I'm just going to change the due date.
Okie dokie.
That is like the level of dipshittery that is like computer science shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the level of, I don't give a shit about teaching you anything, and you're going to have to deal with me. Versus, I think in a film class, you're able to say, these are the emotions this movie it produced.
Yeah.
This is what went into it. This is how I feel about it.
Mm.
That's only my gripe now. I just wanted to get that out there because I'm
Yeah.
really thinking about switching to business majors, like to being a business major.
Yep.
And business majors is much more intuitive. I also don't think they're all very smart. But on the other hand, it's stuff I've been exposed to since I was 0 because my parents were business majors who went to business school. So maybe I'm coming from a different place than most people. I don't know. It's just it's all relative. Anyways, tell me about the script analysis assignment.
Well, no, it basically just we have had to have read a couple of scripts over the course of the semester so far, and now we have to pick one and write a paper on it. Yada yada yada. I'll probably talk more about it next time if I find it interesting, but I'm still in the process of writing it. But yeah, no, but like I'm saying, it's been difficult for me to motivate myself to do a lot of this college work because I genuinely believe that like when I feel like I'm taking nothing out of it, it's really hard to not look at these other things I could be doing that I feel like would be more productive for my actual not grades, but for education and furthering things. It's really hard to look at these stuff because literally last semester I was hired to do something, and work on this project that was actually, it felt important. It was something people cared about. It was actually putting something out into the world, yada, yada, yada. And what I did was I honestly, in all honesty, focused on that more than I did my schoolwork at the time. Grades suffered a little, but now those people I asked if they would be references on my resume, and they are very, very, very willing. That they've basically said like, oh, I'm going to help you out, like however I can.
Yeah. I mean, my dad, I explained the situation to my dad of you basically saying, I'm going to actually work on professional shit. And my dad's like, that is a good call. I would advise him even though he's not your parent, he would have advised you to do that because it is better to have an actual, I mean, he explained it to me like, as well, like when he's hiring, if someone has shitty first year grades in college and they explained like, hey, I was working on actually working a job, that is like, equally, if not more important or impressive to a hiring director.
Mm-hmm. I was actually talking to my mom just now, and it wasn't like a thing, but I was talking like, hey, what if I, got like some job opportunity out of college? Because she has like, honestly, she actually has said to me once, like, if you do get like a really great opportunity and you need to like take time out of college to pursue that, that's something she would support. But she was saying, it was like, but do you want to be like one of those people? Like, how would you feel if you never got a college degree? And I was like, honestly, I'd feel more proud of myself if I made it without a college degree than with a college degree.
That's okay. You're adding a little bit there, bud, of you're assuming that you've made it
No,
in that situation.
this is a hypothetical. Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, yeah, I would feel like, because yeah, it's beating the odds even more. What do you mean? Of course I'm going to feel more proud of myself. I didn't
That it
feel
would be
I didn't feel
impressive.
particularly proud when I graduated high school. It was more like a finally moment.
You're a party for it. I love that party. It was fun.
My parents did. I wasn't expecting to throw a party, and then my parents were like, "Let's throw a party," and I was like, "I don't really want to do all that," and then it was actually really nice, and I had a great time.
I was thinking about that today, and I felt bad because like a lot of it, I was just kind of following you around. I was your pet in a video game. I was just like, please, please, please.
Yeah, but I did that on school campus like for the longest time with you because I didn't know anything about the campus. You know,
That's different. Different. You know that's different.
But it was like in a social environment in which weren't familiar with anybody, so you just kind of
Yes,
fall around
but
one
it was
person
supposed to be about you, and I was like, please, please, Father, please.
But like I didn't really want it to be about me. Like there's this one point when they like my parents like said a little something and then they're like, okay, now you say something. I was like, fuck. I was like,
It is funny.
yeah. Ugh.
I need to make more movies, dude.
Dude, yeah. No, I've been trying to get into that. It's just like basically I have like a couple friends, Ben and Jack, and then their one friend Charlie, who's pretty cool, and we've been trying to like make something, but then more and more people are getting involved, and then all of a sudden it becomes really hard to continue to work on it because then more and more people there are to coordinate and find times to do it. Like we were actually supposed to record more tonight, and then last second earlier had to call it off.
Because podcast.
Oh, because Charlie's car got fucking towed.
Oh, okay. In a wreck or got towed?
Towed.
Thank the Lord. Okay,
Yeah,
Jesus.
but still,
you're just like
in that
his
area,
car got smushed under a hydraulic press.
No, in Ben and Jack's neighborhood, there's like this very predatory towing system where they have the visitor spots with like it's very hard to see the writing with visitor, and they're right next to the non-visitor spots, and they get you. They just get you. Yeah.
That sounds like a money printer.
Yeah. It really is. Yeah. Oh
I see why that would cause you to call off filming.
Yep. No, it was really, really, really annoying for Charlie. I feel really bad for Charlie.
That kind of hate. Well, I also kind of hate like people that are just like, oh, I'll help too, but then make no effort to.
What?
You know that? Have you experienced that?
I
Someone's
have.
like, oh, I want to be a part of that and contribute, and then it's just like, well,
No.
we
No, that's
kind of
why
got that covered, and
I
it's
know,
hard to say no because they're offering to help you, but it's actually, it's not an actual offer. I'm gonna.
that's why like whenever I'm in that kind of position where somebody else is offering, because whenever I offer help, I'm willing to give my all. Like I always that's what I do. But with somebody else, it's just like I need to make it clear like the amount of responsibility that they would have in whatever they're offering to help with before I ever say yes. Like
Okay, you're gonna have to mute my mic for a lot of that portion because I was moving it.
That's fine. You have no idea how much work I actually do cleaning up the audio.
Your audio or my audio?
Both.
Okay, good.
There's so many little mouth noises that I cut out. I actually put a lot of work into editing these episodes.
No, I believe you, and you sound happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You said a while ago, I think about this a lot, that it's actually making you a better editor.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel less bad.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I forced you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's also kind of the thing we were talking about like, if you're going to contribute, you got it. Like, that's why I was like kind of joking, kind of pushing to wanting to be more heavily involved in DJ's project. It's like, on one hand, I feel like I can contribute well.
Yep.
And I can contribute ways that other people might be less oriented toward knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like high level tech stuff, budgeting, scheduling, organizational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, just kind of things along those lines.
Yeah.
But then feeling not wanting to kind of have the responsibility of it.
Yeah.
And to have someone counting on you.
So that was my big problem with grades last semester because I was so putting myself out there. I helped with so many projects, and that was not good for my academics, It really, really strained on that. But I'm also at the same time really proud of the work I did and the help I was able to contribute and what I was able to contribute to projects and what people were doing and like strengthening my relationships with my fellow filmmakers. So it's really hard to like be, you know, say what I did was wrong, but at the same time as like my academics did suffer for it. So it's an interesting dilemma. You know.
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, I have a different perspective on it because people don't ask me for things, and that's great.
Mm.
But it also means I don't have any friends or any trust or credibility, which is less great.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're talking about.
So, like what I made an effort to do for the first trimester is like I really was just a lot of people because obviously we didn't know each other as well. I really tried to just be like, hey, I will help. Please call me for help. I enjoy helping. Please, I like film and some have said I'm good at certain parts of it. So call me if you need help. And then some people did call me if I need help because I like so greatly was like, I'm here. You know?
Yeah. I think you can lean more into cinematography. I actually think that would be good if you did.
I do need to. And I have been doing that a little bit more with this stuff.
I think you're good at it.
I think I have a pretty good sense. I've gained, and this is something I really thank Owen for, actually, is some of my...
So that's it for this week's episode. Thank you all for listening and watching.
And because of that, I'm linking him right here. But he taught me two basically really important, but he taught me quite a bit because he just had more experience filming than I did when I met him. But because of him, I think I have a much greater sense of how to fill a frame and make sure that the space is all used. Because that was like one of his big critiques of advice. And then something else he said that I remember, he said the camera is an opportunity to look at things from a perspective you never would. And so when the camera is just put straight up and just looking, oh my God, I'm a film major, blah, blah, blah. When the camera...
That's just a stupid thing to say.
Except it isn't, because when the camera is just like freaking looking at a thing like you would be if you were just standing and looking at it, it's such a missed opportunity, you know?
I understand that, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a fan of creative film shit.
Yeah.
And creative cinematography shit. I try not to be as pretentious as that. A little bit.
Okay, so you think it sounds pretentious, but when we speak, we have just conversations in that kind of tone. Oh my goodness, this has been a fun time, Max. It's always fun catching up with you. We should do this more often.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yes,
I haven't
you
watched
do.
it in a while, but I need to watch it.
Oh yeah.
It's not something you should watch alone.
I agree with that, and
I-
that's
I-
why
actually,
that's why I haven't
think that-
that's why I haven't continued to watch it. I started
I think
it with
that
my brother.
applies to most comedies, actually.
It applies
is
to
in
a
a
lot of them,
vacuum.
definitely.
In a vacuum, it's less good to watch alone, I think.
I feel that way about many movies, but I finally have learned the art of
Roadhouse.
just watching movies on my own, and oh my goodness, I'm watching so many movies.
Roadhouse.
No one ever wins a fight.
Yes, so fucking stupid. That's the opposite of MMA, to be clear.
There's no MMA in the first movie. They added that in for no fucking reason. It was so
No,
stupid.
the concept of MMA or boxing.
Yeah, he wasn't an MMA fighter in the first freaking movie.
Conor McGregor, best actor. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all for
We're
watching.
gonna go soy jack to Conor McGregor.
Okay, have a good day, everyone.